Hi, I'm Dr. Keith Ablow with another Pain to Power video. This one is about a kind of misnomer when we say that we're going to reinvent ourselves. Everybody's going around talking about reinventing themselves. I think we got to change the terminology. You can't reinvent yourself because yourself is iconic. It's your core. It's what God gave you to navigate the world and contribute to others and make the best of yourself in capital letters. SELF. I always like to put them in capital letters because it's what really, really matters. You can't reinvent yourself. You can re-embrace yourself. Because what happens in life is we stray so far from that core. There are influences that nudge us off the path, that hold us back. Well-meaning people, perhaps, even family, friends who say, well, I don't know, that seems perilous to journey in the direction of your dreams. But there is no greater peril than to not journey in the direction of your dreams. There is no way to avoid, by the way, becoming yourself because there's gravity that pulls you back toward yourself, again in capital letters, so that you will re-embrace yourself or you will suffer. What do I mean by that? I mean that anxiety, depression, just a sense of listlessness, that's what happens when you're not expressing what you really care about, saying the things that you really believe, and doing the things that you think really matter, special things that perhaps only you can do. That's like an early warning system. Luckily, we've been invested by God or the universe with this alarm system, anxiety, depression, what have you, that literally wakes us up and says, you are not comfortable. You know why? Because you haven't embraced yourself, that iconic, immutable, internal self with which you were born, by the way. That's the job. That's the pain to power pathway, because going on that path, it's uncomfortable. You might have to re-engineer parts of your life. Also, it can cause some anxiety of its own because, people don't like to think about mortality. Well, once you're doing your life's work, it becomes very obvious that you're going to die. We all do. Sorry. Headline. We all do. I think people think somehow if they don't express themselves with the capitals, that somehow they won't die. They're going to be immortal because they haven't started to live. Well, that calculus doesn't work. That's a fantasy, of course. It's a fiction. Fiction won't work where re-embracing yourself is concerned. So you can't reinvent yourself. It's immutable. It's molecular. It's spiritual. It exists. It's your gift. So what can you do? You have to be able to double down and say, you know what? Sure, it may cause me discomfort. It may cause me some pain, but I'll become so much more powerful if I stop resisting the gravity dragging me back to the orbit called self, right? That's where you want to be. That's your core, right? Everybody talks about, is your core strong? That's a metaphor. That comes from the real core of self. It's true physically and it's true spiritually and emotionally and psychologically. That's why, to the extent that you don't develop a strong core and unite with it, you feel off balance. You feel as if you might be knocked down. But all of those things, all those times where you skinned your knees or somebody pushed you and you fell, that's just a reminder in the pain to power universe that it's time to get up off the canvas, because you can't be counted out or knocked out if your intention is to get back to the self. The whole of the world is aligned to not defeat you if that's the journey you're on. I don't think you'd be listening to this video or watching this video this long if you weren't on that journey. So that's a very good thing. I wish you well on it.